What's up, everybody? Hope you guys are having a blessed and awesome day. I'm winded. I'm up about over 7,000 feet up in Santa Fe, doing some hiking, and it's beautiful. Nice, cool weather. The scenes are beautiful. I'm amongst all the aspens right now. Anyways, you're listening to What the Fred podcast, where we talk about 4 topics. That's focus, resilience, energetic, and driven, the 4 traits to become unstoppable. And part of this review I'm giving on the book, Living a Life of Awareness by Don Miguel Ruiz Jr., I was reading into a couple of things that kind of resonated with me. And let's talk about blame as an example. Okay, when you point fingers at others, 2 things occur. First, you get stuck in a mindset of blame and its counterpart, defensiveness. Blame is stuck energy, one that creates cynical thinking as you justify your side of the story, your position, your right to feel like a victim. It might feel powerful in the short run to deflect some of the burden, but in the long run, it's draining and non-productive. Second, you make other people responsible for your happiness. This isn't a responsibility most people want. It's not a reasonable thing to ask anyways. Making your happiness contingent on the behaviors of others is a dead-end road. What you are basically saying is, when so and so changes, I'll feel better. When you give up the habit of a blame and take responsibility for your own actions, reactions, and responsibility, you are free to choose again a fresh perspective. You become lighter, shedding the old coat of blame, stepping into the light of self-awareness and growth. And here's the practice. Imagine there is no hunger and blame in your world. No finger pointing, no judgment about someone else should or shouldn't have done. How would your perspective shift? What new actions would you take if blame were erased from your being? With awareness, make today a blame-free day. Okay, this kind of hits and resonates with me, after all these bugs are eating me alive. This resonates with me because today would have been my 25th wedding anniversary. And the one thing I want to say is, I don't blame my ex-wife for what occurred. I look at it as it was the best thing that ever happened in my life. It was a major blessing in my life, because it was through losing her, I was able to gain a perspective into my life of who I am and who I'm becoming. And I'm very grateful for it, because I found me. And I found the love within myself, instead of having this like a codependency relationship, or even playing that victimhood of through many people have whenever they're dealing with a breakup. You made me feel this way. You caused this. You caused that. That's when you got to take your own responsibility and have the blame for what has happened, taking the ownership within yourself of what happened and what did you lack, what did you not see, what did you not communicate. Those are many different aspects in a person's life. When you finally take ownership of the issues, or take ownership of the heartbreak, that's when you start feeling more free and within your life, because you feel lighter. You feel like you have no burden anymore, or you're free because you're becoming aware of who you are. I just wanted to go ahead and just communicate that with you guys, because we all lose sight on who we are and what we have done. And also too, when it comes down to relationships is all about being connected with each other by communication, of expressing yourself, and in being able to be open to receive that other person when they're expressing themselves. And that was one thing that I can definitely tell you and me, is I was always trying to fix things instead of listening. That's where I kind of look at it as you cause a disconnect from each other, and you start going further and further apart because you're not addressing what has happened or what has occurred, or you're not doing the same things that you did when you were first courting that person. So the one thing I want to tell to you is, if you're in a relationship, go back to that time, and also just think about that time, about when you were courting your significant other. Go back to that time and start redoing that same thing, because I look at it as I tell all my married friends, you know, use me as an example and of what's out there in the dating world, how single life is, and realizing you guys got something special. Work on that, communicate, spend time with each other, do date nights, and grow together, because what ends up happening is sometimes people tend to grow apart. And when you grow apart, you got this big, huge gap, and it gets further and further away, that you're like an ocean apart, rather than you being so connected with each other to know each other's thoughts and feelings. So I wanted to go ahead and leave you with that, of learning from our mistakes, learning from my mistakes, realizing that whatever you're going through, whatever discomfort or heartbreak that you might be going through, there is light at the end of the tunnel. You know, the way I kind of look at it, like I said before, today would have been my 25th wedding anniversary, and I look at it as it's a rebirth in my life because of loving myself. Always using this day to kind of love myself, and realizing that if it wasn't for her and what has happened, I wouldn't be the man who I am today, because I kind of look at it as using that pain and making it into a powerful purpose in my life, in order to be more and become more. During that time period of my divorce, I ended up publishing 5 books, and I look at it, I have a lot more to give and offer to this world, because, you know, as I look at it as I'm still breathing, I got another 24 every time I wake up, that God gave me another opportunity. So I'm very grateful for the opportunity. I'm grateful for this beautiful sky today. I'm grateful for the beautiful weather, you know, and just taking it all in, and just looking at it as you're not done, I'm not done, and let's make a difference in this world. And with that being said, be about it instead of talking about it, and namaste.